Okay, Maurice sends us a pretty good question. He's asking about his mom. She's in menopause. She's on Premarin, and he mentions what we see a lot. It helped the hot flashes, but she's not quite right. She's not quite acting the same, and they're concerned about her. And he's wondering if Premarin's really a good answer for menopause. And Maurice, I wish I could say no more than 2 or 3 times, because I think that's a terrible product. It's from pregnant mare urine, and it's really good for pregnant mares, but I think it's lousy for human beings. A couple of things. It contains estrone, which is an estrogen that humans make, so that's okay, but it contains hundreds of compounds that we don't make. Why inhibit the name when I want to give my mom something with hundreds of compounds her body's never seen before? Now, I'm just taking your question at face value. If she's on Premarin alone, my guess is she's had a hysterectomy, because the common belief is that if a woman's had a hysterectomy, she doesn't need progesterone. In my view, nothing can be further from the truth. Progesterone's a critical compound. Men and women make the same amount. And at least when I was in medical school, I was taught men don't have a uterus. So to say the woman doesn't have a uterus so she doesn't need progesterone just doesn't make any medical sense. Yet that's what we hear all the time. So I think she's on a terrible product. I'm a big believer, obviously, in bioidentical hormones, the hormones God gave us to begin with. I'm a big believer in balance. That includes the other hormones that are meant to be there. And I think progesterone's meant to be there. So I would advocate bioidentical progesterone as well as bioidentical estrogen. They can have their doses adjusted each so that she's getting rid of her hot flashes. And you just kind of hinted that her moods weren't exactly the same. If she's on estrogen without progesterone, wouldn't be surprised if it's making her a little irritable, maybe causing some mood swings. That's a balance problem. So human hormones for human beings, horse hormones for horses. Let's get her on human hormones. That would be my suggestion. Let's get some balance. You've got to use progesterone. Whether or not a woman has a uterus means nothing. That would be my suggestion, Maurice, okay? So good for you. You care about your mom. I'm glad you sent the question. And anyone watching this, if you have any questions, send them to us on Facebook. We'll be happy to answer them for you.